Now, I figured tonight I'd do something a little different than Payday 2, so if any of you want to see Payday 2 still, I will be bringing it in a different week. It's just at the moment I'm having a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to run through a few of my decks that I've built soon. And also this my gaming channel and my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Please do not forget to check out Low Tier Performance, because the more subscribers you have, the better. There will also be a link to Zephyr War Games, so be sure to check them out. Link in the description. But without further ado, let's just crack right in. So, my first deck I will reveal to you is Blue Eyes Lord Dragon Belgrand. Now, this is a deck I'm working on in real life, but I've made this deck so very competitive and so easy to master that a few of my friends I know will have hopefully some of the cards I need, but this is just a downgraded version of the newer version with the Blue Eyes Alternative and Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon added to it, and the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, but they have kept to one card design with it, and that is the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Yes, you see it here, folks. Blue Eyes Twin Burst is in this deck. But without further ado, I'm going to crack right through the cards. So, 2 Ancient Runes, 2 Mausoleums of White, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Polymerization, that's for like the Blue Eyes Ultimate, 1 Raigeki, 2 Return of the Dragon Lords, 2 Terraformings, 2 Tradings, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and 1 Mirror Force, because this deck does not run a very big trap engine. It only runs 2 traps. It also runs 3 normal Blue Eyes White Dragons. I should consider putting a 3rd Ancient Runes in, but I'm going to consider that soon. 1 Arc Brave Dragon, 3 Divine Dragon Lord Belgrand, 3 Dragon Knights of Creation, 3 Dragon Spirits of White, 3 Maiden with Eyes of Blue, 3 Masters with Eyes of Blue, and 3 Sages with Eyes of Blue. And the best card that came out from 2016 to 2017 will be the White Stone of Ages. Yes, you see it here first, folks. I have White Stone of Ages. Now, honest to God, I really should put another stone in this, but I like this deck combination the way it is because it's very consistent, it's very limited with cards, and it's got it's like a 2-card combo engine, literally. If you use Mausoleum of White with Maiden with Eyes of Blue when she's summoned to the field, and then you use its effect, Mausoleum of White can let you special summon 1 monster with Eyes of Blue. So if I was to summon, I don't know, Maiden with Eyes of Blue, I then get to directly normal summon, like the White Stone of Ages, then activate the Sage with Eyes of Blue, set after activating activate Mausoleum of White first, use it on the Maiden with Eyes of Blue, special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon and send 1 to the graveyard, then use Sage with Eyes of Blue, send 1 White Stone of Ancient, to the graveyard, get 1 Blue Eyes card from this card added to the field, then use this card's effect to add another Blue Eyes to the field. Then use Maiden with Eyes of Blue to tune 1 level 8 Blue Eyes White Dragon into the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Effective Spirit Dragon goes straight into a Azairai Silver Dragon. And then on your next standby phase, if you have a dragon monster in your graveyard, Azairai will literally get it out of your graveyard. But in all fairness, I actually should have considered putting Foolish Burial in this deck, because the deck should run it, because it's a quick way to get your White Stone of Ancients into the graveyard a lot quicker to kick its effect off. So I might actually consider doing that now. So I'm going to take Divine Dragon Lord down to 2. So that's now down to 2. Hello, boo-boo. So yeah, I'm going to change the deck spell combination a little bit, and I'm going to put 1 Foolish Burial in this entire deck. I'm also going to go back up to the top because, like I said, I think this deck could do really well with 3 Ancient Runes. So I'm going to take Divine Dragon Lord Belgrand down to 1. So with 3 copies of Ancient Runes in the deck, you can then use this card to bloody summon out 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons in just 1 turn. And then if you have Mausoleum of White, you can, or Terraform it in your hand, you can go into a dragon. I'm not actually going to run MST because I've got Dragon Spirit of White, and its effect makes it so that it can banish one spell or trap card on the field that your opponent has set one turn ago, and should it be banished, it cannot be used again, which means your opponent will have no other way of using that trap or spell card. So in expecting this, I'm going to put a third Return of the Dragon Lord in. But yeah, that's my basic Blue Eyes Dragon Lord Felgrand. My second deck that I'm running is my Ancient Gears. Now, of course, because Ancient Gears has got new support coming out this year, and because we have the Chaos Ancient Gear Giant and Howitzer, they haven't been added to this simulation, this duel system yet, so it will be a while before those two cards, plus the new support, comes into this. But if you still want to check out some other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, please feel free to check out the Zephyr War Games crews, duels, and pack openings, and other stuff that they do. And also, do not forget to hit that most important button of all, the subscribe button, because your support to my channel and the support to Zephyr War Games and Low Tier Performance helps out a ton. But yeah, this is a basic Ancient Gear deck that I'm working until I get the new support cards put into it. So I'll crack through it. For spells, we have one Ancient Gear Castle, one Ancient Gear Drill, one Ancient Gear Factory, 3 Ancient Gear Workshops, 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Gear Towns, 1 Limiter Removal. Now this is better than Power Bond, as my friend Joe from Zephyr War Games, so a big thank you to him for giving me this idea, is better than Power Bond because even though it destroys your monster, it will double the damage your opponent takes from when it attacks. So Limiter Removal is if you've got, like, I don't know, if you've got this card and you've fused 1 to Alter Ancient Gear Golem and then use Limiter Removal on that card, that's an instant game, folks, right there. That is an instant OTK, because Limiter Removal removes all limits on your monster's attack point and makes it double the attack. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. 3 Polymerizations, 2 Terraformings, because I know I'm running 3 Gear Towns, but Gear Town has a special ability. If this card is destroyed due to a card effect or by any other card, you can then special summon 1 gear monster, like say for example Ancient Gear Gyro Cerberus or Ancient Gear Gyro Jet Dragon, Gyrod Jet Dragon. You can literally have that monster on your field. Obviously, yeah, Ancient Gear Golem cannot be special summoned by any other means necessary. It has to be tribute summons, or else it doesn't work. So yeah, that's them. The trap lineup is 1 Blazing Mirror Force and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Again, my decks do not consist of very big trap engines. They only consist of 2 traps. But these are just basic builds. For the monster lineup, 2 Ancient Gears. Only reason if you have these Ancient Gears is you can then, if you have one of these on the field, you can special summon from your hand another one or another lower monster from your hand. If you have 2 of these on the field and you have an Ancient Gear Golem in your hand, you can tribute these 2 monsters instantly and summon that one monster directly from your hand due to their effect. 2 Ancient Gear Beasts, because Ancient Gear Beast, when it attacks, it can negate a trap. It can negate traps and spells or monster effects when they're attacking. 3 Ancient Gear Boxes. Again, the reason Foolish Burial is in this deck is if Ancient Gear Box is sent to the graveyard by a card effect and then used by Ancient Gear Workshop to be resurrected from that same graveyard, it gives you a search engine for, I don't know, an Ancient Gear Knight or an Ancient Gear Soldier. So that's a quick way to get like 2 other monsters to your hands. But yeah, Ancient Gear Box has 500 attack and 2000 defense. Next is Ancient Gear Engineer. Again, this card can negate and destroy trap cards whenever he's attacking, and because trap cards have no effect with this Ancient Gear, he makes it so that he can literally obliterate your opponent's life points by 1500 attack, and he has 1500 attack points and 1500 defense points. But again, a way of stopping your opponent from using their traps. Next is Ancient Gear Gadgetress Cerberus. I'm just going to call it Gyro, so I'm sorry if any of you think it's hard to pronounce these names, but it is for me because I've got very bad eyesight. This card, if you have Gear Town on the field, you can literally summon it from your hand, literally with ignoring the summoning requirement, because this card doesn't. Basically, Gear Town lets you summon any high-level ancient gear as long as you pay as long as it's within that range. Obviously, the dragon doesn't count because with the dragon, since it's level 8, it does require a tribute, but it only requires 1 tribute. So, like if you don't have Gear Town on the field, your ancient gear monsters have to be tributed by 1 or 2. For 2s, you need, like, for a level 8, you need 2 monsters. For level 6s, you only need 1. But if you have Gear Town on the field, you don't have to pay that cost anymore. With Gear Town, if you have a level 8 in your hand, you can just summon that by just paying 1 monster. But yeah, that's the Cerberus one. 3 of the Ancient Gear Gyro Jet Dragons. Now again, this card can be special summoned from your deck or hand if Gear Town is destroyed on the turn it's activated. So if Gear Town is destroyed, you then get to special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your deck to the field in just 1 turn. Again though, I really wish Konami, I really hope you upgrade this bloody spell, this field spell, because Ancient Gears are going to need a bigger bloody field spell than just Gear Town. And if it would be, Konami, make it so that the card can also not only summon Gyro Jet or Reactor Dragon, make it so that it can summon Ancient Gear Golem. I mean, come on folks, Ancient Gear Golem negates all spell and traps and monster effects when he's attacking. Plus, if your monster is in defense mode, he deals piercing damage to your life points as well. And the reason I'm running him at 3 is because he's one of my biggest beat sticks. Because Ancient Gear Golem is a fucking best since when GX was on the scene. Because Golem was always one of the best Ancient Gears that could best your opponent. Ancient Gear Knight he's okay as an 1800 attack point and 500 defense. His 500 defense is not a good way to defend with, but he's a good offensive card. Again, I'm running him at 3 because this deck doesn't really consist of very many other cards. And I'm also running 3 Ancient Gear Soldiers. Again, if this card attacks your opponent and your opponent controls cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. So basically, this whole deck is basically about piercing your opponent's life points. So to the effect of, your opponent cannot activate it. Hello viewer, how are you? So yeah, this deck it's good, but I would like to get it with the new support with like Ancient Gear Howitzer, Ancient Gear Hunting Hound, Reactor Dragon, Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, and all sorts. But then, when we get them, we'll have to consider all the options with it. I'm just going to check my phone a minute. I have a message, so I'll be talking to that, sorting that out in a minute. Again, my extra deck consists of 3 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golems, 3 Gearjin X, which requires 2 level 4s, and this card's effect is once per turn you can detach 1 overlay unit from this card, and you can search 1 machine type monster in your deck, or you can return 1 from your graveyard to your hand. So again, a quick way to get your Ancient Gears back out your graveyard, or into your graveyard, or to your hand. Either way, this card could, if you run it at 3, yeah, it can get your cards out your graveyard quick, although at the cost of 1 card overlay unit. But still a good card. Googly Eyes Drum Dragon. Again, this card was just one thing I thought would go well with this deck because it is a level 8 Xyz monster. It requires 2 level 8 machine type monsters to go into it, and its effects are once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. It gains 1,000 attack points until the end of your opponent's next turn. If this card is destroyed with it has exceeds material, you can then banish up to super dimensional robots monsters from your graveyard, special summon this card from your graveyard, then you can activate one special super dimensional robot monster from your graveyard to the exceeds material. Again, I don't run super dimensional robots. I just figured it's a machine card, it'd work well with my machines. Moving on. Oh, I have one comment. I shall read that. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll read that comment now then. Let's see who has commented. And this is from, if my believing, Linson, you are taking too much. Talking too much. Oh, thanks a lot! I'm the one who has to give you guys all the bloody insight to this. Alright, you want to see what my decks can do? Fine, I'll show you. Don't say I wasn't going to tell you the rest of my ancient gears, but fine. Let's see, I'm going to go against Yugioh because I'm going to use my Blue-Eyed Felgrand deck. There we go, that's my knuckles gone. Right, so he's going second, so I'm going first. And yeah, of course I hand-picked Seto Kaiba for this deck. So, let's see what we get. It's not a bad combination, but it could have been a little bit better. Wait, Ancient Runes can activate even with other cards in my hand. Are you serious? I can special summon Dragon Spirit of White from my hand right away. Oh man, I didn't see that coming. Well, that makes me so much happier. Next I'll set one card face, activate Mausoleum of White. Then next I'll use its effect and I'll send one dragon in my deck to the graveyard. So I'll send one Blue Eyes now. And for that turn, its attack points are increased by 3,300. So it has 3,300 attack and 2,800 defense. Now its attack and defense have returned to normal. Let's see what else we can do. So we've got one face down and one monster in defense mode. Nothing wrong with you guys. I activate the trap. Spell, sorry. What do you call it? Raigeki. So now I can summon Master of Eyes with blue. Next, I'll use Mausoleum of White special ability. Target my Master of Eyes with blue. Send one Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Now I'm going to sync them. So, 1, 2. I synchro summon Blue Eye Spirit Dragon in attack mode. Don't panic, you'll see why I did that in a minute. Because now its effect is I can send this card to the graveyard and special summon in defense mode Azure Eyes with Silver Dragon. And he's outsmarted me with that one. Start again. Right, this time I'm going to go second because that round did not count properly. So I'm sorry if you think that was a bad move on my part. In fact, are you even still watching? Yes, you are. Right, so I have 2 Dragon Spirits of White. Oh wow. Terratop, Ticking. Red Eyes in Descent. Red Eyes, Speed Rock, into Clear Wing. I don't think he's going to stick it around. Next I can just activate Ancient Runes and special summon Dragon Spirit of Light. Now he uses special ability, so he can kiss that card goodbye. And with that, I now activate Mausoleum of White. Then I'll use its effect. And with that, I'll send Blue Eyes to the graveyard. And then I'll activate Return of the Dragon Lord. So now Blue Eyes is now making a comeback to the field. if I wanted to, I could see some of the Doom monster. But I don't want to at the moment because I'm now going to wipe his life points down. Really, what good is that card going to do yet? Seriously? You're going to summon that? I activate Return of the Dragon Lord's effect. So I'm going to take 100. Next I summon Dragon Knight of Creation. This is why you never go up against the Blue Eyes, because his attack points are way higher than any synchro monster you could use to ensnare him. And this is all but game. That's a 4-turn card combination. So yeah. I'll use a different deck combination for you now. So I'm going to use my... I'll find them. I'm going to use my Ancient Gears for now. So you can see, mate, how far I can go with it. Right, so he'll use rock and I'll use scissors. He should go first, blah blah blah. Hold it, I do not care. Okay. So I have 3 gear monsters in my hand. 1, 2. 4 gear monsters and 1 spell card. These are played at the end of defense and 1 card for attack. While I have other methods. First I'm going to add Gear Town to my hand. Then I think I'll activate it. And then next, actually no, not him. I'm going to summon my Ancient Gear Engineer. And then next, I'll activate Polymerization, and with it, I'll fuse my Ancient Gear Golem, Beast, and Soldier together. To these 3 monsters, I can fusion summon Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. Now, first things first, Gear Engineer will attack. Although I take damage, that doesn't matter. I can still negate and destroy 1 card on my opponent's field, and that was Heroes. Now my Gear Ultimate Golem will attack and deal him piercing damage. Since I took a small amount of damage, that doesn't bother me. But my Engineer needs to be protected on this field because he's one of the only cards that will help me. Will he? I now tribute him to summon Gear Gyro Dragon. And unlike Gear Soldier, he can negate a monster effect and a trap and spell effect when he's attacking. This would have been a 2-card combo, but I still know my combos. Okay, I'm not going to worry about Gearbox because I don't need to worry about him. And now this is all but game in 6 turns. In just under 6 turns, that has been gamed. Right, folks, I actually hope you enjoyed this little demo on my 2 deck builds. Remember, if you still want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, then feel free to check out Low Tier Performance's deck profiles, duels, and other stuff. But if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, then please feel free to check out Zephyr War Games. There will be a link to them in the description down below. Also, please don't forget to hit that most important button of all, the subscribe button. It helps out a ton with this channel, my Low Tier Performance channel, and it helps out with the Zephyr War Games crew. Until then, folks, I'm Unhinged Zombie Hunter. I shall see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.